Welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, Magic City today at Protective Stadium as a couple of teams look to walk away as champions of the Birmingham Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the ACC, the UTSA Roadrunners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So TCU's offense will go to work first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Right on the money. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. So UTSA's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Good vision and determination there to find its way up to the 23. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Roadrunners come to the line with a new set of downs. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow at 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd and long. A little screen to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Let's talk for just a second about UTSA. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks, big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Jackson. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Gets the back moving.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Here's a heat. Using his feet to buy time. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Here comes the field goal unit. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Horned Frogs come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. And the Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll do it himself. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, you get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and it's UTSA on top. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The Roadrunners will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had it. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Baker. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. And the Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. Quick handoff. Breaks into the open. He's at the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, TCU. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead down 7-3. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback running on the draw. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Throwing right. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Jones. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. How about this, a fake? And it's caught off the fake, first down.
Nobody in this stadium was expecting a fake punt there. 4th and inches, you thought you'd just leave the offense out, maybe you quarterback sneak and see if you can get it, but the fake punt works perfectly. Obviously, they didn't have far to go, but they made it interesting. But they pick up the first, and the drive stays alive.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. That's caught. It's Jones. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Roadrunners will punt this one away. We assume he's going to punt it this time. He did complete a pass earlier. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Unloads it downfield. Brings it down on the right side. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! He got a step and just dusted the field.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling him.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Roadrunners will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it. Jesse did love to do it. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires the pass. Intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
A really nice job by the linebacker there, understanding his responsibilities in that coverage. That's a cover 2 look. So there's 2 safeties playing deep, but the linebacker knows there's nobody underneath him, keeping him close to the line of scrimmage, so he can kind of float back a little bit, watch the QB's eyes, jump the throw, and make the pick.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And the Roadrunners can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. When a defense gets a sack, you know what they want? Another sack. 3rd down coming. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The Roadrunners send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Line getting set on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Oh, he got loose. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Horned Frogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. The play action fake. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
And a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Unloads quickly. At the 45 on his way. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Not the most productive half of this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to go up top, and time's running out the half. Got his man on the right. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an entertaining first half, and always such a fun and vibrant environment there in Birmingham at the Birmingham Bowl. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that, let's send it back to Reese and the fellas for the second half of the Birmingham Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Horned Frogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Going right to work up top. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Roadrunners will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. Got enough for the first. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. On the option. He'll pitch it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Roadrunners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll go to the ground. Good, solid tackle.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave him.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Roadrunners are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, UTSA!
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the two to tie this baby up. He's looking to pass. That ball is intercepted at the goal line.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a two-point conversion. The interception was just great.
TCU 14, UTSA 12.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. The screen, he's got wheels. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. They closed the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Roadrunners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
And the Roadrunners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They run into a bit of trouble here, third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Heaves it on the run. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback on the keeper. Defense coming through and knocking him down for a loss, and that'll be the end of the 3rd period. At the end of the quarter, guys, it's UTSA holding the edge. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Unloads to the right. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they've regained the lead.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Goes to the option. They'll try the run. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Now adjusting. He's going to take off. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. On the move. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Roadrunners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They've been running it, but now the pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Smith wants to throw. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. And the Roadrunners will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talking.
Ernie on the Jets. He's at the 20. Touchdown, TCU. Once he got some room, it was over. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his spot, and the returner will be dragged down. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. That's reeled in. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Roadrunners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. He's going to run it. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. And the Roadrunners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. The give on the option. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Yeah, in this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first down. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Trying play action. Dumps it to the back. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for a sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might.
Turning it on. Made a defender miss. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Horned Frogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He'll pull it on the read. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executed in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
And he makes the extra point. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UTSA takes over and the offense ready to hit the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Roadrunners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Smith dropping to pass. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off the RPO, complete. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. The give to the back. Got enough for the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Defense calls a timeout to put together a strategy. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. The give to the back. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the play.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Lost to fire on 2nd down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. And the Roadrunners come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Here's a throw downfield late. Pick off to stop the threat. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on, keep working on them, keep developing. Those things you do well, let's do those. Let's do more.